Welcome into the Runners Recap, and we are back home finally. We don't have to Skype you out in the Bahamas because you are back.
We're back, and I'm excited about being back. It was a fun, exciting week, but it was a long travel days there and back. But we're glad to be home.
So, Coach, you had to tell all of us, for those of us who our hearts were breaking that we weren't there with you, and I've never been to the Bahamas, what was it like? What was the best thing about not only the culture, but just the area?
Well, it was really quiet and peaceful. There wasn't a lot going on. Most of the people were there. They would get to the beach, and there was enough beach area that it wasn't really packed on the beach, and it's really slow pace, besides the basketball in the evenings. But there was a lot of good games, so you could not only just watch your team play, but there were other teams there. But probably just the peacefulness was there, and the hospitality, as you said, with the culture of the people. Yeah,
no, it looked really fun. I know I was joking with you when we were doing our little Skype interview, but do you have any dance moves that you brought back?
I did not.
We're going to stay in the chairs.
Yes, we're going to stay in the chairs. Some of our players, they could teach us, but that was kind of not something that's one of my things. I had a few years ago during the NCAA tournament when we hit the big shots.
I saw it.
I had a little dance going on, and I got, reprimanded across the country from coaches that that's not a good dance move. So I'm kind of out of the dancing business now.
Hey, I saw that video. We do have it on record, so I will make sure to send it out.
Oh, please don't do that.
But Coach, on top of the experience of the Bahamas, what was the experience like on the court and with the competition that you guys were able to see out there?
Well, I thought it was great. I mean, probably everything that I was looking for with our team. It happened besides 3 wins. But we got a chance to get there. There was a lot of team bonding opportunities, whether that was going to the beach or that was participating in dealing with the kids that were there, kind of community service. But the basketball, all of the teams seems to be most evenly matched. And that was the thing. Like, it was a 2 or 3 point game almost every game. So to have that kind of competition, to be where you had to play 3 games in 4 days, it just helped our players. It helped us with our depth. It helped us with camaraderie. It helped us with our chemistry. It was just a positive experience. And just from a basketball standpoint, I think definitely is going to help our program and help this particular team.
Well, very cool. And specifically for you, Coach, those 2 wins there at the end, man, those to me are the best wins in basketball, basically nearly buzzer beater wins there. So I guess what does that prove to you about your guys that they were able to capitalize not only once, but twice there at the end with those deep threes?
Well, I think it just shows our growth. We played TCU, we got behind, but we had the lead and then we lost the lead. But right there at the end, we worked our way back into the game and then we couldn't finish. And then we turned around and did that in the first game against Central Michigan. I had a good game plan, but just couldn't put 40 minutes together. And I kept telling our guys we need to keep growing, and we got to learn how to not foul in situations. We need guys to step up and make big plays. All those things that coaches talk about when you lose a game, trying to teach your team to win them. And I thought we responded well, not just one night, but 2 nights. And to do it back to back, I think gave our kids a lot of confidence that they can win close games.
Yeah, I would say I would get a lot of confidence to be able to pull that off. But for you, sitting there on the side with those kind of games, is that fun? Do you love wins like that? Or are you kind of just like gritting your teeth like, man, why do we have to keep it so close?
Well, when we win, yeah, it's fun.
Right.
Yeah, when you lose, it's a bummer. You go back and you play over how many different times that you could have done something different. But when you win, feel like you call the right play, you got the ball to the right guy, things go well. But I think most of all, to see our kids be that excited after game, especially this early in the season, it just kind of brings you together as a team. And for the coach, as I told them after the first game, we want to continue to learn, get better, mature, but it's a little bit easier when you win. So, after the 2 games, I just told them that I thought they had really grown and matured last week, and we got a lot of work ahead of us, but I think we made great strides.
Yeah, no doubt. And really quick, a technical thing, Coach. Do you mind pulling that mic away from your collar there?
Yeah.
I know we're doing this live. So
Nice. Okay.
We just want to make sure it's not hitting. It was just hitting the top of your collar.
Okay. How's that?
Okay, cool. We'll leave it like that. Thank you so much.
Okay, great.
Back to what we were talking about.
That's okay.
So yeah, asking you about those wins there. But for you overall then, what was the biggest takeaway from not only the competition, but seeing what your guys were able to come up with in those 3 games?
I'm more confident now that we have good depth on our team. I was really pleased to see some guys step up. I also was really pleased that and feel confident now that we have some guys that know what it takes. And as a coach, especially with a team like ours, that we're just kind of coming together as a team, you're looking for guys to step up. And I thought we had several guys that stepped up during this tournament. And as a coach, you kind of give you a little bit more confidence going into other games, that you kind of know where to take the ball, how to get guys open, and who responds well in those pressure moments, and we think we figured it out.
Yeah, and that's, as I'm sure many coaches always say, good minutes are minutes are always good.
They're always good.
Yeah, healthy minutes, get your guys out there on the court, let them get comfortable,
right.
And no better place to do it than the Bahamas.
Yes, it was a great trip. I think our players talk about, our coaches will still talk about, the people that travel with us. It was just a great experience. Just one, if we had to draw it up or write about it, we couldn't have written it as well as it, if things went. So it was good. Okay,
well, Junkanoo Jam Round 2, you said last week I get a ticket. So
you get a ticket.
Everyone here at first, I get a ticket, so I'm going to be out there.
They invited us back, so I mean,
Sign me up.
We'll sign you up this time.
All right, Coach. Well, switching gears now, looking ahead, you guys have a big matchup this weekend against a very traditionally good basketball team in USC. So when you look at this team, they've had some good offensive games so far this year. They're also 3-2 on the season.
Right.
What do you see about this team that is maybe going to be a little bit of a problem out there on the court for you guys?
Size. I mean, they're one of their guards, their forwards is probably a 6'8" kid, and their inside guys are 6'10", and one of them is 6'9". So the size is really something that I think we're going to have to deal with. And but also they're a very good offensive team, so our defense is going to really, be challenged. And we have been challenged, and we continue to expect that coming Sunday. But I think our guys are confident and ready. And anytime you play in a Pac-12 school, you get excited about the opportunity of being a Power 5 team. And this program has really grown over the last couple of years, and to go down there and get a win would be huge for our program and definitely huge for this team. But we're going to have to play well, and we're going to play with a lot of confidence, and we're going to have to play for 40 minutes. So it's going to be a test for us, but I think coaches and players, we're looking forward to it.
And one of the challenges, I think, with the Trojans is, at least coming out their last game, they got off to a quick, fast start, and that first half really helped their game. So when you look at a team like that, is that what you hope to do to kind of counter that and either A, slow them down, or try to beat their pace a little bit in that first half?
Well, being on the road, you want to kind of control the tempo, and you want to kind of slow the pace, because a lot of times if that happens, especially a team as explosive as they are, the game can get away from you early and you can't catch up. So we've got to go in there and try to slow the pace down early and gain some confidence, because we're playing on their floor. And then, as the game goes on, then just try to dictate the tempo. We don't want to go in there and not play or not be aggressive. We've just got to control it and not let it get away from us. And we did a really good job of that at TCU. Top 20 team then, and now we get the opportunity to play USC. And I think our guys know what it takes, because we've been there already one time this season against a really good team with high expectations. But we're going to have to be really focused, because, again, as you said, they get off to a quick start and they try to get out on you and really get you behind early. and make it hard for you to catch up.
I think the gutsiest call here is that you guys are going to be battling LA traffic during the holiday weekend. So I saw some video of that traffic. Yes, so hopefully you guys have a different route to get
well,
down
actually,
there.
We're going to get a helicopter. You know,
oh,
we're
hey.
going to land it.
Sign me up for that too.
It's just going to take. It's going to probably take us some time to get there, and we've got to prepare for that. But hopefully Sunday, people are kind of coming back.
True.
I guess this way, or going a different direction, and maybe it won't be as tough. But we're expecting it to be really heavy with traffic, so we'll leave here early on Sunday. We dare go down there on Saturday, so we're gonna leave here Sunday morning, and look forward to getting down there and playing.
All right, well, that sounds good. And you mentioned the size there on USC, and I know that's kind of been something you guys don't really have on the court this year. But we did see some new signees come in with the National Letter of Intents that were signed last week, it was.
Yes.
So we want to talk about some of those guys. Ray Somerville, he is out from Philly.
From Philly.
Okay, so what do you see out of Ray, and how excited are you to get him?
I am excited. He's the tallest freshman that we've signed since I've been here. He's 6'10" and still growing. Doctors say they think he's going to be a 7-footer. And he has long arms. He's really athletic. He's more right now of a defender as far as shot blocker and really good rebounder. But watching him come along late in the summer, I thought his offensive skills were improving. So just to have a kid early in their career, as a freshman here for us, we think it's a great signee, and we're really excited about working with him. He's a really good student and a great person, so we're expecting great things from him as being part of our Runner family.
Awesome, and another signee from last week was Reedus out of Fullerton College. So what do you see from him?
Well, I think he could be a major impact for us. A different kind of big guy, more of a physical, really banger kind of guy, rebounds the ball really well. He understands the game, and he has a really good IQ about the basketball game, and both offensively and defensively. He's pretty smart, and I think we can use him in a lot of different ways. And just to have that size on the back line and to sign both of those kids, really, we were excited. I was thinking if we had just won a Central Michigan game, it may have been the best week that I've had in a few years from a basketball standpoint. But again, both guys I think will come in and help us right away, and those are our needs, and we feel like we've met our needs.
And I think that's an interesting point for all coaches in college, whatever the sport may be, is recruiting and all of that stuff that not only are you focused on the guys right in front of you, but you're always kind of looking ahead. So what is that experience like for you? Is it exciting just because you're, focused on the new guys coming in the next year, or is it kind of just sometimes a little bit too much?
Sometimes it's a little bit too much because, especially leading up to the signing date, you're trying to focus on your team. Your October practices and scrimmages and exhibition, but all of the time when you have any days off or when coaches are leaving practice trying to go see those guys so we can hopefully get their names on the dotted line. And the reason I'm so excited about these two young men, because we targeted both of them, and sometimes the target, you don't hit it always on the first shot, but to get size and athleticism and shot blocking and rebounding, which we need in the future of our program. And not all the time, like I said, you hit with that, and we did this year, so I'm really excited about it. But once it's over, like, once we got the letters, that's when the excitement is. But you go right back to, you go right back to focusing on the team that at hand, and you continue to work with those guys and talk to them and go see them play. But really, it's about this team round.
What I really want to know is who says no to Coach Barnes? I feel like the family's got to meet you, and they're like, "Sign my kid up."
Well, we had a lot of success. One of the things that I think that we've improved when I first got here, it was kind of hard to just convince guys to come visit. So we were pretty good, pretty successful. When we get guys here to Bakersfield, whether it's people here in California or people outside, they first answer, "Where's Bakersfield?" You know, so once we get them here and they get a visit, we've been pretty successful. We haven't lost a lot of kids once we convince them to come and have an official visit. Some kids that come locally and an unofficial visit come back and maybe go somewhere else. But when we could get them on an official visit to get them here for 48 hours, we're pretty successul.
Yeah, I can imagine. So not only do you get to get coached up by Coach Barnes, but less traffic here in Bakersfield.
Less traffic,
that's a plus.
no doubt.
All right, Coach. Well, it's my favorite time of our show.
Oh, wow.
I think your least favorite time of the show.
Time.
But we're going to call this, again, Breakdown with Barnes. We're going to put Coach in the hot seat. But we're going to go holiday theme to start things out. We're very thankful to have you here this week during Thanksgiving.
Wonderful.
And your best or most favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh man, I just love food. So it would probably be yams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you want me to get about, I like turkey with the yam. I like corn, not corn on the cob. I like it off the corn on the cob. I usually put ham up as a part of it. Macaroni and cheese, something I like. Any kind of dessert, just whatever you want. Red velvet cake, chocolate cake.
Any pies?
Cheesecake.
Do you do the
potato pie?
There you go.
It doesn't matter. Just, I enjoy eating.
Again, I think we all. That's why it's a pretty good holiday.
Yeah, there's a few things. I don't really eat dressing, and no one can figure that out. My wife, nor my mom, because everyone in our family eat dressing, and I don't like greens. Collard greens, no greens.
Okay.
I'm more of a, beans and peas and that kind of guy.
But yeah, sounds like on the Barnes table, there's plenty of options.
There's going to be plenty of options tomorrow. Yes.
Sign me up for that too. All right, Coach. So I was joking with you about the dancing going on, and I was going to bring up, we saw you dancing a couple years ago. What's your favorite go-to dance move?
Oh wow, that's. Well, you would catch me off guard with that. I don't know if I could show you. My favorite go-to dance move, probably what I'm safest with, is the old bump. Just.
That's what my mom would say.
It's just a little bump move, and my wife, when I'm with her, we kind of do a little slow dance. But I'm not a dance guy. I enjoy watching other people dance, and sometimes I mock our players when they're dancing, but I'm not very good at it at all.
Well, in our extended cut of Runner's Recap, we'll let you show us all that.
Yes, exactly.
So
I follow our guys and they're dancing.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
They're fun to watch. They are.
Both teams, the women's and men's Roadrunners teams, they got some good dancers.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so we saw those last-second shots to give you guys those 2 wins at the end. So what's a better moment for you to end a game? Buzzer beater or a big block to finish it and hold your lead?
A big block, because I'm a defensive-minded guy. I mean, just to have a great defensive possession and get down and guard people and get through screens, and then if they attempt a shot to block it, it just excites me, because I think you win championships with defense. I think you can win with offense, but to win championships, that means game in, game out. I think you've got to have a really good defense.
Okay. I kind of guessed that for you. So most people know that I have ties to Arizona. It's where I'm from. So these 2 guys have some ties to Arizona as well. But right now, best NBA rookie, if you've been able to watch them, Ayton or Bagley?
Ayton.
Okay.
Ayton. I think Bagley is really good. I think he has a bright future. But just when you've got that more of a power kind of guy, he can step out and shoot it, Ayton can, but also he can post you up. And I think in the long run, he's probably going to have a better defensive presence also. And again, I'm a defensive guy. But I think he's going to be the better rookie.
Yeah, so Ayton played for U of A and now with the Suns, and then Bagley, he's a native of Arizona, so he played high school ball out there in Arizona. Sure. Very cool. Yeah. Okay, so last one. What's more important to defense for you? Is it forcing the turnovers or making sure you don't give up the ball?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's tough. Probably forcing the turnover, but that's a good question. That is a hot seat, tough question there. So
put my thinking cap on.
Yeah, you did. You did. So I would say probably, the turnover, because I just think to take the ball away or to give the ball to someone, I think it's just one of the worst plays that you could possibly make. And when we do it, I get extremely excited when we, make teams turn the ball over. And when we turn it over, it's the most miserable feeling that you can have as a coach.
Right. So yeah, you want the momentum there.
I want the momentum. I do.
I can understand it. So you made it. You made it through. We're done.
I made it. Excited. It was a great one. Made it back here in Bakersfield from the Bahamas, safe and sound, and then first thing I do is come here and hang out with you.
Yes, well, we're thankful that you guys had a safe trip and a fun trip, and we're thankful that you are back here with us. And thanks again for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week, Coach, for the Runners Recap.
Well, great.